Hello, all. Today I'm going to talk about a show called Earth Final Conflict. It's incredibly cheesy, but I love it, despite its flaws. The show is based on ideas developed by Gene Roddenberry before he passed away. It was very ambitious and tried incorporating CGI into live action productions 2 years before The Phantom Menace came out. Also, since this is my first video, if you could please let me know how I'm doing. Constructive criticism, give a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Any feedback would be so awesome. Thank you in advance. The premise of the show is a race of aliens named the Talons arrived on Earth 3 years ago and have set themselves up as companions to humanity. Using their advanced technology, they've done a lot of good things like feed the hungry, cure diseases, prevent pollutions, etc. But a group of humans called the Resistance don't trust the Talons and want to expose them as alien invaders. Our heroes are caught in the middle, publicly working for the Talons but secretly working for the Resistance. This first episode is called Decision, and it aired in October of 1997. This means it will be its 25th anniversary this year. The show starts out with a big celebration in front of Roy Thompson Hall. This is a pretty famous landmark in Toronto, and I actually studied right across the street from it. We're introduced to our Season 1 protagonist, Police Captain William Boone. He's a little grumpy that the Talons put him in charge of security, but ignored all of his recommendations. One of the series' antagonists, Ronald Sandoval, is an FBI agent and protector to the companions. He strolls over and explains that the Talons asked for less security. Anyways, they roll out the red carpet as the spaceship arrives. I know the effect is kind of dated, but I still like it. We're shown this fabulous bald creature in a glittering velvet onesie. This is Da'an, the North American companion. He's in my top 3 favorite characters of the series. Also, I need to mention something here. The Talons do not have male or female genders, it's just a single gender. However, I've noticed in the script that they tend to use male pronouns when talking about Talons. So even though Da'an doesn't identify as a man, I'm going to use he/him/his pronouns. I hope this is cool with you guys. This glowing effect on his skin is called blushing. I guess he's embarrassed? I really like the theme song for the series. It starts out with the brass, adds some woodwinds, and then when the vocals kick in, I get goosebumps. I'll include a link below if you want to listen to the full track. We zoom up to a nearby building where a sniper is setting up his gear. It's all very high tech. Is that an Apple PowerBook 3400C? Super cool. Da'an says this, and explains that he always wanted to visit the stars. I'm just going to stop here for a second and pose a question. Is this Da'an's first live appearance? If the Talons have been here for 3 years, why is the crowd acting like they've never seen him before? Has he always been the North American companion, or is this a new appointment? Oh well, probably doesn't matter. Anyways, Da'an explains that he wants to help bring a new era to humankind. Elderly billionaire Jonathan Doors pledges to work closely with the Talons to fulfill this dream. Boone spots the assassin's laser pointer and shouts a warning, and Doors takes the bullet. Chaos breaks out as the security rush to find the shooter, and Sandoval does this. Da'an Julianne Bellman, played by Majel Barrett Roddenberry. She's Gene Roddenberry's widow and one of the producers on the show. She tries to resuscitate Jonathan, but there's no pulse. Also, there's no blood. Wasn't he shot? Well, he's dead, Jim. Dawn is quite upset. This is Dr. Julianne Bellman, played by Majel Barrett Roddenberry. She's Gene Roddenberry's widow and one of the producers of the show. She tries to resuscitate Doors, but there's no pulse. Also, there's no blood. Wasn't he shot? Well, he's dead, Jim. Dawn is quite upset. Boone and the police investigate a little bit. Boone is summoned to the federal building where Dawn thanks him for his efforts and offers him a job to work with the Talons. Boone says no because he wants to start a family with his wife and doesn't like how the Talons ignored his security measures. We cut to this 90s looking bar where Eddie is drinking. Captain Marquette comes in angry about Boone spotting him. She also thinks that Boone might be the one that they're looking for. Back at the police station, Boone's wife shows up. He reveals that his friend Eddie was the shooter and that he rejected Dawn's job offer. Kate is upset he didn't ask her first and thinks he should take the job. Boone basically doesn't trust the Talons, and she calls him a stubborn man with a moral compass. Kate leaves, and Boone ignores this creepy dude staring at him. Creepy dude is unambiguously evil as he follows Kate, ramming her car and laughing, until he hits a button and her car explodes. Cut to the cemetery where Boone has his neutral face on. I'm not an expert on acting or anything, but he could look a little bit sadder. He looks confused, like he's trying to do long division in his head. We return to the police station where Boone receives a photo of himself with Eddie saying, "Keep an open mind." The mayor shows up and tells Boone that the governor thinks he should take the job with the Talons, and it's not at all suspicious that Boone's wife, who was the main reason he said no the first time, just died. We're finally introduced to the Talon pilot captain, Lily Marquette. She is also in my top 3 favorite characters for the series. This scene is pretty cool, showing off the inside of the small Talon chariot as they fly from Toronto to Washington. This strange room with the modern art is Dawn's office. Notice there are no other seats. Kind of a power move to make everyone else stand while Dawn gets to sit in the big boy chair. There are lots of scenes of people standing around talking in this room throughout the show. Dawn gives his sympathy for Kate's death. Boone outright asks why are the Talons here, and Dawn talks about human evolution. Sandoval explains about the CVI, an alien side. This little smirk, you can't quite tell if he's evil, manipulative, or innocent. Wonderful! Lily wants to bring Boone to meet someone else, and repeats the open mind quote from before. Boone agrees to go with her. They head to the 90s bar, which is hopping. And find Eddie hiding in the back room. Boone is surprised that Eddie is a murderer, and then Jonathan Doors walks out of a wall. What a twist! It seems that Majel helped Doors fake his death so he could be incognito to figure out why the companions are here. I'm not used to billionaires being this selfless. Eddie points out that it's really shady how Boone's wife died and that the companions killed her. Resistance want to recruit Boone to their team. Majel explains how the CVI is like a brainwashing chip that would put the Talons at the top of Boone's priority list. But she thinks she's removed that part of the chip, which would let Boone be a free man. He would be a double agent on the inside, working for the Talons, but secretly working for the Resistance. Boone agrees, as long as he can solve his wife's murder. Also, if the operation fails, they promise to kill him. Cut to the surgery where Majel is inserting the CVI into Boone's brain. I'm not a brain surgeon, but what the heck? They poke the needle through his jaw, where it squirms around into his brain. Is this really the best way to put a chip in? For a moment, it looks like things go wrong, but after some button twiddling, everything old cop buddy calls and shows him Eddie's body. Somehow he died, and is for the Doors' fake assassination. Sandoval warns Boone to choose his friends more carefully. Back in the cemetery again, Boone tells Lily that he can't trust Doors or her. He leaves some flowers on Kate's grave and walks away.